loves that grass in front of him. Loves to be a presence. Real Madrid just need to get the foot on the ball at the moment, get this man Tchouaméni, sit in and just allow him to dictate and play.
Liverpool usually go for it from the off at Anfield, but Saturday's 2-0 victory over Aston Villa here broke a run of 7 consecutive games, which Liverpool had conceded the first goal. The last 4 of those an early goal, one down inside 15 minutes. It was a bad habit. They only just managed to kick at the weekend. Villa's Morgan Rogers hit a post after 5 minutes, but Liverpool actually won without too many dramas in the end, and their season has been too full of dramas so far.
They started assertively here, and that press which they have, which Dominic Szoboszlai is the key one, he's the critical player to press in there. They are blocking the lines for Real Madrid right now.
Konate has nowhere to go here. Bellingham going with him. Konate's done well not only to win a throw-in, but to do a little bit of cheerleading. Atmosphere is important for the men in red at the start of this night. Van Dijk with time, helped on by McAllister. Ekitike couldn't quite catch on to the ball after it was flicked on by Gravenberch. There was an offside flag anyway. Real Madrid have won 13 of the 14 games they played this season, their best start for 64 years. His team just cruised past Valencia on Saturday, won 4-0 to go 5 points clear of Barcelona, who they beat in Xabi Alonso's first Clásico 10 days ago. Liverpool have won twice in their last 8 games.
It really was an impressive win against Barcelona. The manner in how they did it, off the ball as well as on the ball.
Carreras finding Vinicius Junior. Bradley slightly out of position. McAllister, rather heavy touch, it falls for Bellingham. McAllister has the final say, and Gravenberch goes early towards the pace of Ekitike, well read by Courtois.
But you can see the intent there. Ekitike and Real Madrid are pressed on high, and they will press high at times. They will look to press Liverpool when Liverpool are deep. They look to go early. That's a couple of times already in the opening 5 minutes. Just hit Ekitike, they cause havoc.
Dusan Vlahovic gave Militao here a rough ride in the Juventus game 2 weeks ago. See Tchouaméni on the centre spot, but above him, in the centre circle, Arda Güler. Vinicius Junior against Conor Bradley, big part of tonight's game. Bradley gets body between opponent and the ball.
Vinicius Junior
They're having territory wars over will be a difficult one to please. Bradley landed the hit of his life on Kylian Mbappe here last year. He won't take a backward step. Vinny Junior can feel a challenge coming, and the referee's going to have to feel who's zooming who on this side.
Well, they're chatting already. Vinicius Junior chatting away to Conor Bradley out there. That could be an interesting battle, because Vinicius Junior will just stay high and wide, almost separate in his own little game out there.
Here they are together again. Bradley just foul Vinicius Junior. Real Madrid player gets the decision.
Well, they both look really pumped for this. Conor Bradley knows he's in for a game. Vinicius Junior, after his reaction against Barcelona, he had a penalty miss at the weekend against Valencia, might feel he has a little something to prove.
I think he always has something to prove. Arda Güler will take this free kick. Just gets Vinicius Junior back on the ball. Flipped in towards Howson, but dealt with by Konate. Camavinga saw Carreras a little short. Mbappe. How wide Camavinga's playing. Goulet. Vinicius Junior.
Camavinga is playing outside Joano's role, out there high and wide on the right-hand side, top of your screen. It's very much not his position and will always look to come inside. So you're thinking that so much of this attack from Real Madrid will come down the left-hand side because they're left, because it's just not there. There's not that legs in behind that side.
Yeah, Bellingham started out there in the Clasico 10 days ago, and it is the same 11, but he and Camavinga swapped places less than 20 minutes into that game, and Real Madrid were more effective for it.
वैसे मैड्रिड जीत जाएगी भाई.
They have conceded just 2 goals in their last 6 games, Real Madrid. Liverpool kept their opponents out for the first time since mid-September on Saturday. The one thing you would say about their 5 defeats in Champions League and Premier League is that all 5 have been by the odd goal, and 3 of them to late goals, games they were in, but they let slip through their fingers.
Performances in there, and then getting back into the game as well. They had real sloppy periods. Thinking about losing to Brentford, they were behind by a couple of goals there and really had to fight hard to get back into it. It's cutting out those moments.
Hudson had a touch too many. Wirtz has picked his pocket. This is Dominic Szoboszlai. It's hit by McAllister.
ऐसा लगा भाई एक मिनट
That's
के
the
लिए कि
side of goal
लिवरपूल
for
ने गोल कर
Alexis
दिया.
McAllister, who scored the first goal in this fixture last season.
Well, it's the
एक
best
मिनट के लिए
we've
ऐसा
seen
लगा.
so far. Howson just isn't up to speed yet. He's being pressed and harried. He likes to be composed and cool, and he's there. He's got his pocket picked by Florian Wirtz, and then Alistair with that angle, with his ability. I think he knew that Courtois was in the goal, and he had to get that perfect. It wasn't.
Hudson knows all about Anfield. He was on the losing side here last season with his English club Bournemouth. They were 3-0 down by half-time that night. Milos Kerkez will remember it too, sitting on the Liverpool bench, because he was in the same Bournemouth defence as Howson. Salah.
हाय हाय क्या पास डाला.
Katike just couldn't quite find it between his feet.
It's interesting, a couple of times that we have seen them go fast and forward and direct early. Wirtz is very narrow as well. It's almost in expectation that Katike isn't going to win that cleanly. He isn't going to win it and go himself. He needs that help in there.
Vinicius Junior.
Vinicius Junior.
Bradley just allowed him to run the ball out.
है तो ये हरामी है.
He had a handshake with Xabi Alonso when he was substituted on Saturday, but it's only 10 days since his Clasico tantrum. He had a penalty saved on Saturday, which the coach referred to. I'm not sure they're quite bosom buddies again yet. Katike's pace again stretching Real Madrid. Szoboszlai, McAllister.
हल्के में तो नहीं ले सकते भाई लिवरपूल को, ये तो है. मूसाला की कमी है भाई. मूसाला नहीं, मूसियाला ऐसा कुछ नाम है उसका, जो इंजर्ड हो गया.
Things do happen in this fixture. 3 seasons ago, Liverpool were 2 up at this stage against Real Madrid. Real were level by half-time and won 5-2. Last year, this guy missed a penalty. So did Kylian Mbappe. Things you never thought you would see, you see in Liverpool Real Madrid games. Salah's back on the ball. Carreras has got a headache. Salah has gone on.
Brilliant from Salah, wasn't it? Brilliant strength initially. Knew he just had to get across, but he's out there on his own at the minute. It's interesting, he's high and wide and gesticulating for players to get involved with him.
I think a feature of Saturday's win over Aston Villa was a little triangle developing between Salah, Szoboszlai and Bradley on that side. But he does have a wiry strength for a relatively small man, Mohamed Salah, and that physicality was in his game again on Saturday. 200th game at Anfield tonight for Liverpool for Mohamed Salah. 200th game, 137 goals here already. I think if you look on the small print on the ticket, it just about guarantees a Mohamed Salah goal.
You'd be asking for your money back if you didn't see one. Liverpool have been very aggressive in this press now, and I think they're just concerned that they've been exposed defensively. You can see Mbappe dropping into that space next to the ref. You're looking around there. If they can overload in there, Real Madrid, I think that's what they're looking for, waiting for that moment to go.
And that's where Bellingham and Mbappe want to be. Courtois has to be sharp about his work. Bradley's header. Bellingham got to it. Bradley got it back.
ड्रिबलिंग तो अच्छी कर रहा है ये.
First Champions League start of the season for Conor Bradley. But he had a big impact on this fixture a year ago. Set up the opening goal for Alexis McAllister and had a really good night against Mbappe, who was playing wide on the left. Szoboszlai. Robertson tiptoeing forward. Not even Mohamed Salah can control that.
ये दो चेहरे भाई, मोहम्मद साला और ये एक और इसका नाम मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है. और फ्लोरियन रिट्स पता नहीं यार गोल क्यों नहीं मार रहा, मालूम नहीं है इसके बारे में.
Camavinga finding a way out to Carreras. Vinicius versus Bradley once more. Mbappe turning and quickening. Vinicius Junior. This is where he wants to be, head-to-head with Bradley. Bellingham. Tchouameni. Carreras. Vinicius Junior. First sustained possession for the visitors.
It's really good from Ryan Gravenberch in there. You can see him drifting from midfield into that almost
Space for Militao. Has thundered in one goal from range already this season, but Liverpool can counter here, and Wirtz has found Ekitike, and Salah is in the break too, and Szoboszlai is arriving. Ekitike couldn't resist. McAllister may be able to pick up the pieces. He's been rocked by Camavinga, and Real Madrid can counter. And this is Bellingham showing terrific strength and balance. Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, game suddenly stretched. Bellingham, Mbappe! And that's still rising.
Mbappe ने लिया भाई shot.
Well, it was wild from Mbappe. But it's brilliant controlled football in the progression from Bellingham, and then Vinicius Junior wonderfully laid off by Bellingham. He was watching in anticipation. He thought, get it to your main man, on fire, 20 yards out. It wasn't to be then. It's not too many times you'll see that in a game.
21 goals in 17 games for club and country so far this season for Kylian Mbappe. Xabi Alonso was entitled to expect better.
Basketball match style of game now.
Who does that suit?
Don't think it suits Liverpool in the way that it would. You look at those moments with Mbappe and Vinicius Junior and Bellingham, they'll say, we'll take those moments all day long.
Vinicius Junior. Carreras. Yes.
Carreras के पास बॉल. अरे यार बफर होने लगा नेट भाई. नेट बफर हो रहा भाई, नेट बफर हो रहा। ऑन हो गया, ऑन हो गया।
Every Anfield game since the tragic passing of their forever number 20 Diogo Jota in July. Liverpool fans honour his memory with applause in minute 20, and Trent Alexander-Arnold was part of a Real Madrid contingent that visited the memorial to Jota here at Anfield yesterday and laid a wreath.
That after 10 minutes of Liverpool pressure, 15 minutes of them being on the front foot, the press, the intensity, they had to step off at some point, and Real Madrid survived that. Some habits don't die, riding out those storms, past masters at it.
Towards the head of Housen.
अरे फ्री किक थी भाई, मिस हो गई, मिस हो गई।
Shepherded by Van Dijk. It was never official, but I think it was always assumed that he was Liverpool's first choice to succeed Jurgen Klopp. Xabi Alonso has intimated that the timing wasn't right, and let's face it, Real Madrid wasn't a bad alternative for him, but you know, past history never guarantees anything, but these are two unique clubs, and Xabi Alonso has a natural connection with both. He knows what's required. Salah, Bradley feeding off him. Ekitike's drawn wide, and Bradley was manhandled there to the point of the first yellow card.
Really good from Liverpool, back to front, from the training ground. Play that short ball into Marmanashvili, and the layoff, flat ball into the front line, then a layoff and they're away. And they'll have done that time and time again on the training ground, opening up that angle for Conor Bradley to get through.
On a night when Bradley's going to have to do a lot of defending against Vinicius Junior, he will enjoy those moments to run the Brazilian back towards his own goal, and Vinicius Junior didn't enjoy it quite so much.
ये बड़े वाल वाला भाई यही गोल करता है.
Liverpool scored from a couple of set pieces in Frankfurt 2 weeks ago. He used to take the free kicks. Here, Szoboszlai towards Kanate, knocked away by Valverde. Liverpool's goal of the season so far was a Dominic Szoboszlai free kick against Arsenal at the end of August.
He's eyeing up the angle there, the distance, thinking he might fancy a crack at this, but then obviously momentarily forgetting it was Courtois in goal, and the goal inevitably looks a little bit smaller.
Salah will have to scamper. He won't be able to scamper quite enough. Courtois has a good record here.